process, right? If they get one Lenny, they're in. We've heard those stories. Hey, I got one Lenny 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And we've heard those types of stories where a person now has, two or three ultras and a couple of primaries, and they're making, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 a day, whatever it is. We're hearing so many different variety of stories from so many different types of people all over the world, and I can't say I've ever heard that before. And we haven't even been building it for 90 days, because typically 90 days is a window that you look for when you're starting a business or a concept or a network. You look, oh, we're gonna have a 90-day run. That's why we started Project 10,000, because we realized, we were like, well, hey, you know, that's a good number. We know we can hit the number, and we know we haven't done a 90-day blitz, so to speak. But to see what has happened in 30 days and some change is unreal. It's unbelievable. So we're still here in the saddle, excited to be here. On a Wednesday night, we have a special guest tonight. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know. We're probably, yep, I just saw that it popped up on the screen.
Yeah.
They are here. And we're excited to have her, the creator of this concept, someone I got a lot of respect for, a lot of reverence for. I haven't known her long, but the small amount of time that I've gotten to know her, I realized one thing. She has a passion to do the right thing. That's key. She has a passion to do the right thing and to make an example for the rest of the industry about how to do it right. I think y'all need to just carry that with you. Put your armor on and know that you're in the right deal with the right intentions at the right time with the right leaders with the right concept. Everything is falling in place perfectly. And we just got to go keep sharing it and putting another brick in place and putting another brick, sharing it, teaching one, reaching one over and over and over. And before you know it, it's going to be 2025. You're going to blink. It's going to be January. And we're going to look back and we're going to probably laugh and be sipping something nice somewhere and just in awe of what we were able to do. Right. So that's all I got to say. Herschel, appreciate you, man. As usual, we always give you your flowers and, your kudos about what you do, how you do it, and how you never complain about doing it. I mean, you just have a smile on your face and everybody comes away satisfied and appreciative of the work that you do, the information you share to help them get involved and get themselves set up. We appreciate you, man. Take it away. Let's go.
Right. Once again, Ken, I want to appreciate you as well for all that you do and bring to the table and helping build and, carry the agenda forward with this platform. We're all extremely excited. We do have the creator online with us this evening. We have not had a chance to speak prior to the call, so I'm going to give her the opportunity to let me know real quick. I know she is under a time constraint and has to be off this call by the top of the hour. So let me know, Miss Lynette, if you would like for me to go ahead and do a brief overview or if you want to take it from the top. Um,
I've got it. I'll take it from the top.
Perfect. Not a problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in the crypto space now for a decent while. I've seen the ebbs and flows of what, the crypto space can actually do, positively and negatively. And when I first saw this particular project, I really took interest in how it was structured and put together. And over the last 6 months now, I've been able to really, really become ingrained in, what has, you know, allowed it to actually get to this point. And at the end of the day, it's because of this person that you're about to hear speak this evening. So, Miss Lynette, I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor and take it away.
Awesome. Yeah, a lot of exciting things taking place. I almost don't have time to get through everything in a day. It's so crazy right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start out. I'm going to do a quick overview presentation for everybody. And then I've got to be on another Zoom at 10, but I'm going to kind of give you some updates as to where we're at. And hopefully we'll have time. It should only take me about 15 minutes to roll through it. So I'm going to share my screen. And here we go. There we go.
Uh, that
So,
You want to play that? Okay. Hey, let's
I
go.
wouldn't be doing it if I didn't wanna.
Oh, let's go. I love it. Oh, wait. I hope they can hear it, Lynette. You can't
Sound,
hear it.
sound.
Yeah, yeah. Wait. Oh, you should have let me know. I would have had it queued up. You got to pause it and play the sound. Oh, wow. Wow. We can't hear it, Lynette. You have to. I don't think she can hear me now. I'm going to backdoor and queue it up because
There
I
you
have it
go.
ready.
There you go.
Um, wow, I was not. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, folks.
You
Lynette,
can't
so
look. You got to
when you
play
share it,
sound.
you have to click the little box that says play sound, and
Where
then
is
it'll
that
play.
at?
It's
Sound?
right. Just so stop share.
Well, that's terrible. That's the best part.
I know. So then you hit share, and then right over there to the right, there's a little box that says I think it's like share with sound. Check
Yeah.
that box, and then go ahead and do that again. Yeah, do that again.
Can't sharing options.
You see it?
Nope, I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna queue it up here. Hold on, give me a second. It's okay. It is a-okay. Let's like the song. It is a-okay.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder why I can't see that.
Yeah, it should be right on the share screen. It's right over to the right panel. There's a panel there that has it. You should be able to see it, but if not,
You know
it is
what? I
okay.
closed it up, so let me
That's okay. I
see.
got it right here. All right, let me come back over to Zoom. Make sure I have it queued up so everybody can see it first. Bear with us,
Oh, you
folks.
played the video?
You got it?
No, I don't. I don't have it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, here it
Yes.
goes. I got it. I got it right here. Just a second. Share screen, share sound. Let's go. All right. Okay. Do you want to intro and tell people what these are? Just surprise. Here it is. Listen, watch, enjoy. Mm, Short and sweet. Short and sweet. Y'all want to watch it again? Anybody put a one in the chat? You want to watch it again? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Put a one in the chat if you want to watch it again. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Lynette, we're gonna run it one more time. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go. We'll run it back. Here we go. Yeah, buddy. When we said when I told y'all we're gonna lose your mind when you start seeing the branding, yeah, this is what it was. This is a piece of it. But go ahead, Lynette. I've
Yeah, we
watched
got
it 100 times already.
Yeah, I know, right? When you guys see the app and the design and how it walks everybody through everything, it will just blow your mind. It's so well done and it's so professional and beautiful. I mean, our design team is amazing. They're doing a really awesome job. So now let me go back to the presentation quick. Uh, whoop,
I
let me
think
get
that
past
was a presentation for most of us. They're fired up in the chat.
right.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. That was great. You caught me off guard on that one. It's good though. That was
All
good.
right. So for those of you who are new, we are GetFit Mining. We've been in beta stage for 3 years. We've been developing this uh, project since August of 2021. Let me pause that little video right there so it'll stop doing that. But we want to move into something that's a little more gamified name wise. It's a little easier for people to remember. Plus, not only that, it's so much nicer for like all the logos and the branding and the merchandise, sweatshirts, t-shirts, which you guys will love all that too. But we are a blockchain based project. And what we do is we combine fitness and cryptocurrency mining. We use proof of physical activity. We are 100% decentralized. It's completely backed with utility, both the token and the miners. And we have a self-sustaining ecosystem. You only see self-sustaining ecosystems with blockchains. So this project is built like a blockchain. We're not a blockchain. So we use the same fundamentals, and it's the only way that projects are going to work. That's just the bottom line. If you've got a project that's going to do pre-sale to pay for the development, you've got a diluted market value on a token that may never even hit the exchange if they aren't able to get everything developed. They must have utility. They've got to have an ecosystem. They've got to have a liquidity provision. And if they don't have those key things, those key pieces to make a project successful, they won't be. They all will have an end date. And if any of you have been in these different crypto projects online, I'm sure everybody has. And if you haven't, you got very lucky that this is your first one. Because most of us have been in them. Crypto is a learning experience for everybody. It's not been here long enough, and it changes so quickly. And so people who are getting involved in this space early, they don't really understand it. It's kind of you don't need a college education, but you've got to be able to put some time into it. You know what I mean? To understand it, at least, some of the dynamics of it. And you want to be able to have a good understanding of what makes it work. And that's GetFit. We've done it the way it's supposed to be done, and you guys are seeing it. And I know you guys are probably sitting back going, how? How is this happening? And I'm going to tell you how it's happening as soon as I can figure out what this slide's going to do next. All
Hey,
right, move.
Lynette, I want to make sure you aren't sharing your screen, right?
Yeah, I am sharing my screen.
Well, actually, you're not because we just see your logo. So I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
I
then.
was I was hearing your talking points, but I was
I
like, I
wasn't.
wanted. There we go. All
Go
right, you
figure.
ready?
All right, now I'm sharing, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it. You got it.
So, well, I'm not going back to the other slide, so we'll just share right from here. Oh, there we go. Now you guys can see that.
Yes.
All right, very good. So MoveQuest is a lifestyle. I mean, literally, if you get started using this, I was shocked today because I actually um was moving around quite a bit, and I looked at my watch a little while ago and I had 6,500 steps. I'm like, yeah, finally, because I've been not getting my steps in like I like to do. So I mean, it works right into your daily lifestyle. It becomes a part of your lifestyle, but it is also rewarding you not only with your health but financially. And I love hearing the testimonials. I'm getting them on both sides. I'm getting them about how much healthier people are feeling. I've got people messaging me telling me, oh my God, I'm dropping weight like crazy and I'm still eating and, I'm making money. And so it's really exciting to hear everybody's, testimonials and the excitement that they have with the app. We use your proof of physical activity for mining. It's your steps, your distance, your workouts, your calories, and your sleep. So unlike the other move to earn apps out there, you're literally mining 24 hours a day. It's all of that physical activity, but it's also that sleep because that's important to restoring your body so you can get up and do it all over again the next day. So the more steps you take, the more calories you burn, the more distance you go on your walks or your runs, the more time that you spend working out, along with a good night's sleep, the more tokens you're going to mine. If you're moving at a slower pace, the less tokens you're going to mine. It's all based on algorithms. It's all based on mining power and what your NFT miner's capabilities are. So it incentivizes you to live a healthy lifestyle. And it uses gamification. It's encouraging you to stay active while you're mining your crypto rewards. And ultimately, it's promoting physical well-being and financial gains through a unique and innovative approach to fitness. Your proof of physical activity counts. Each day, you record your proof of physical activity to the blockchain. We do not store, we don't save or sell your data. In fact, our servers cost, I always tell people this, they don't believe me, our servers cost less than $25 a month. Why? Because everything is on chain. The only thing we have in our servers are the images on the DApp and the images on the Web3. That's it. We store no data. You are literally managing your entire MoveQuest fitness and rewards. Nobody is managing it for you. Once you submit that proof of physical activity to the blockchain, 48 hours later, you can claim your mining rewards when each round is completed. So we give everybody 48 hours to submit your proof of physical activity. And then the claims are available 48 hours after, because you have to have, each round has to complete, it has to give people time. And because we're global, everybody's on different time zones. Now, your claims, there's never an expiration date on those. So you do not have to, there's no expiration on those. So I will tell you that each of your claim fees, it's the same if you claim 10 days or if you claim 1 day. So you can claim every single day, and let's say it's, I think it's $4.62 or something like that to claim right now. And if you claim every day, it's $4.62 every single day. But if you claim every 10 days, it's only $4.62. So you can spend $42 or $45 or whatever it is, over a period of 10 days if you do it daily, or just claim them once every 10 days, and then it will save you money on those fees. And we do that. We don't offer staking on our platform because regulation wise, that's kind of a gray area. And I don't want this project to have any gray areas at all. So we don't do the staking. But if this is kind of a way to encourage you to hold your tokens, and so we kind of give you that break right there. So it's the difference of, claiming daily, it does cost you more, or claim every 10 days, it costs you less. And that's kind of a way to let the community know, at least you're not going to convert your tokens to USDT or sell them for those 10 days. So just kind of give you as to why we do that. Why do we stand out? One, we are community driven, and this is why when you go to the exchange and you see the market value of the token going up, that is the community growing. That's people sharing the project, and people are minting those miners. So they go to the exchange, they purchase the move quest, they come back, they mint the miners, and that's what drives that market value up on the token. It's decentralized in its true sense of the word, completely decentralized. If I walked away from this today, it would not affect this project whatsoever. It doesn't need me. It doesn't need a person to manage it. You don't go into a dashboard and request your money. You just make a call to the smart contract and it's immediately, instantly sent to your wallet, because those smart contracts act like an escrow, and it knows what wallet has what, and it's all you got to do is call that contract, bam, it's there immediately. It's also a self-sustaining ecosystem. When have you ever been in a project where 90% of everything the community is spending stays right there in the liquidity pool? Then it has that's what that liquidity provision is. So the community is growing, you're minting those miners, it's paying you a commission for sharing the project, and then the amount that's not paid out in commission, it doesn't go to the project, it doesn't go to me, it doesn't go to the developers, it just goes back to the vault. We follow Bitcoin's tokenomics to the T. We mirror them 100%. Why try to rewrite the wheel when Bitcoin works? So 21 million tokens, 2.6 million are distributed each year for 4 years, and there's a halving, and then it will continue on until the year 2059. We don't do a burn. And so for those of you that are familiar with crypto, and those of you who are not, this will sound like gibberish to you, but for those of you who understand crypto and have been in projects, they always tout the crypto burn, the token burn. That's the biggest mistake of all. Why? Because it just inflates the market value for the people who hold a lot, and it just takes away from the people who don't hold many. We don't do a burn. What we do is we just basically kind of recycle them, because what they do is they go back in the vault for 35 years. And in the year 2060, when the 21 million move quests are in circulation, all of those move quests that have been returned to the vault will now begin to be mined by other people who are still involved in the project. I may be dead by then, who knows, but other people will still be here mining well beyond my lifetime. And so that's, an important factor to think about too. Every time somebody mints that miner, it's removing move quests from circulation, supply and demand. So none of those tokens are ever sold. None of them are allotted for any type of marketing or payment to me as a creator or the development team, nothing. Those, when you mint those miners, 100% those are always going back into the vault. except for the ones that are used, that are paid through commissions with a smart contract. So that's a important factor. I don't think I had that in the slide, which is why I talked about that for a minute. Here we go. I always overtalk before my slides, so I don't have to go through this. I already told you guys. All completely decentralized. It's not managed by any person. You are completely in control of everything you do. If you don't move, well, you didn't mind much, right? Well, if you don't move, well, you're going to move a little, but at any rate, if you don't move much, you don't mind much. If you don't submit, you're not earning any tokens. So you're in complete control of everything you do here, and you're not earning off of other people's work, okay? You're earning and mining off of your own physical fitness. The other thing I want to also really highlight here is that when you mint those miners, yes, right now we are building a community. We are sharing this powerful application with as many people as we can because it's life changing. Let's say there comes a day when we don't have anybody minting miners, right? Nobody new is coming to the project because everybody will always tell you when you don't have this influx of new money, the project is going to crash. Wrong, because we don't use that. We don't rely on that. It goes back into the vault for future mining. It pays out the commission, and that's it. So if it comes to a point when this has plenty of people, and we've got the entire world here, nobody is ever going to mint another miner again. Guess what? We have the ecosystem. We've got the entire community who's participating in the ecosystem, and 90% of that is going to liquidity. Every time you unlock a doc slot, every time you upgrade your miner to a higher powered miner, every time you submit, every time you claim, every time you create a challenge, you join a challenge, create an event, you join an event, you lease out your miners, you boost your miners, you get mystery boxes or all of the other features that are going to be in this app. That's the ecosystem. And 90% of that is going into liquidity. And so even if nobody ever came back in again, and we just had our small community that we have now, it's still a self-sustaining ecosystem. Why? Because everybody is still submitting, they're still claiming, they're unlocking doc slots, and they'll be doing challenges and all of the things that participation within the ecosystem. So it doesn't rely on new people coming in. So that's an important part because people will always ask you that. And so it's important to understand that. We stand out because of that self-sustaining ecosystem, and it is designed to maintain stability through the participation of the users. When you mint the miners, it's the reduction in MoveQuest supply. When you unlock your doc slots, again, like I already went through all this with you guys, liquidity, 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 liquidity. If you've ever been in any other project, has there ever been one single project that's ever done that? And I'm sure you're all going to say no. We're not talking about blockchains. And then I'm going to ask you, are those projects still here or did they run with your money? Because that's what they do. This one doesn't do that. How it works. I'm going to go over the components of GetFit. It's okay. So the DApp itself, you download it. If you have an Android or you have an iOS, you download it at either of those app stores. It syncs with Google Fit or Apple Health, and it tracks your activities, your steps, your distance, your calories, your workout, and your sleep. You mine rewards based on your daily physical activity. We have 5 levels of miners. We have the level 1 miner, which is Lenny. It mines with 50% power. The level 2, 100% power. A level 3, 125% power. A level 4, 175% power. And then the Omega, which is our level 5 miner, is 300% mining power. You can start at everybody starts at the Lenny, right? The level 1 Lenny miner, but then you can upgrade to these higher powered miners. So if you're somebody that, doesn't do a lot, the Omega is good because it's going to increase at least the mining rewards, even if it's at a lower level. But if you're somebody who really gets into the physical activity and getting those 20,000 steps in, those Omegas are pretty powerful money makers. And there's probably many of you here on this call that can, testify to that. Then you unlock the mining dock slots. Okay. You plug in these miners. These aren't just JPEG images. Okay. These are 3D interactive with algorithms, and they are programmable NFTs. And so when you plug them in, they start to generate hashes with your movement. And so it's also important to understand that with this self-funding ecosystem, fees increase. Okay. So you guys will notice this. like with the mining docks. Right now, they haven't increased, but they will begin to increase. So once the liquidity pool is a little more stable, which it's becoming that way every day, we've only listed the token July 22nd, so it's doing amazing for, since July 22nd. But as it continues to stabilize and the market value goes up, so do the mining dock fees. There's really no way to alert everybody of that, when that happens. So you just have to know that this does happen, and it does happen without notice. But same way, if, the market goes down, then your fees would, fluctuate based on that. So why? Because it's a self-sustaining ecosystem. And so it's not only is it looking to uh, keep the market value strong, but it's also about keeping that liquidity pool strong as well. So you have to plug in those miners in order for that mining to start working. To get more power with your miners, you evolve them. Okay, you can start with the Lenny. Those are $50 when you purchase those, and they have that 50% mining power. Now you can evolve a Lenny to a primary for 50 bucks and a primary to an ultra for 40. Now some might wonder, why is the primary to ultra cheaper than a Lenny to a primary? It's all algorithms, and it's also based on, is there more Lennys than there are primaries? Is there more ultras than there are primaries? So at the time when this triggered an increase, it was an oversaturation of Lennys, and by increasing the Lenny, it inspired Lenny's to primary. Okay, that's a liquidity provision. All this algorithm knows what needs to happen to balance. This entire project is a checks and balance system, and you'll understand, like you'll start to see it. You'll start seeing how it works actually. And so there, when the evolution algorithm triggers an increase, it could be an increase on an ultra, it could be an increase on a Lenny, it could be an increase on a primary, but it's all based on that stabilization of that market, because this is done in USDT. When you evolve those miners, it doesn't use the MoveQuest. The reason it uses the USDT is because it also buys MoveQuest. It also does market corrections. This is an anti-whale system. And some of you have already seen that happen. There's been 2 occasions when it knocked a whale right out. It can't happen here because of the way the algorithms and these contracts are set up. So I'm going to show that to you here in a minute. But just so you understand, this is done with USDT because the project never sells MoveQuest. Never, ever, ever. So if it used MoveQuest, it would have to sell MoveQuest to get the USDT. So what it does is you evolve with USDT. So the USDT can purchase MoveQuest, pair it to the USDT, and inject the liquidity. This is a big piece of your liquidity. In the future here, when we move into our rebranded app of MoveQuest, you'll be able to boost your mining power. So those of you that have Lenny's, let's say you had a really knockout day, you got your 20,000 steps in and you're mining at 50%, you'll be able to boost that miner. So you'll be able to buy a boost and give it a boost in mining power. So it makes it a little more competitive too, with the mining. Loot, mystery boxes, challenges, events, leasing the miners. This is also that's coming soon with the rebranding to the MoveQuest, and we're working with some of our core team here with the metaverse, and hopefully you'll start seeing us move into what's called the other verse, but we'll give you more on that. And that's all in the future. So we've got lots of plans and lots of utility and lots of use for that MoveQuest that will also help to drive up that market value on the market as well. To get started, you will need to create a dApp wallet. It doesn't matter which one you use, as long as you can add the Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche Chain, and of course, we're going up on 6 additional blockchains as well. So you'll be able to take that same proof of physical activity. Imagine that, okay? If you're making $100 a day on the Avalanche chain, wouldn't it be awesome to be able to make $100 on the Smart Chain, $100 on Arbitrum, $100 on Blast, $100 on Base, $100 on Polygon, $100 on Solana? I mean, that's $800 a day with the same proof of physical activity on 8 different blockchains. And some people have asked, well, why are you going up on different blockchains? Because we have an airdrop engine, and that's how your tokens are distributed every day, is through this airdrop. But it also allows other projects to airdrop their tokens to our user base. So now you can expand your crypto portfolio, and we can also help those projects build their community because they've got an engaged audience. So that will be coming in the near future. And the reason we go up on multiple chains is because there's so many different projects that would like you to participate. Of course, we have to vet them and they've got to be legit, right? We're not gonna ever allow a project that isn't built the proper way to be here. So I've already got projects that have been contacting me. Of course, you've consulted with them before, and they're like, okay, we see it now. Tell us how to do this so that we can get involved with your project because you're not going to let us come in, are you? I'm like, not till you make some cleanup actions on your project, then let's talk. So there's already some negotiations going on in those areas too, so I can help them clean up their projects and get them working the right way, which is what I wanted to do with GetFit anyway. I wanted people in the crypto space that are these creators that genuinely really did want to create something powerful, but really didn't know how to do it to be able to do it. The ones that just scam you and want your money, they're always going to be here unless people quit getting involved with them. But hopefully that's going to happen less and less. I mean, how can you deny that something doesn't work when you see how powerful this is? And nobody is going to go to those other scam projects or projects that weren't built properly. Not all of them are intended to be scams. They just didn't do it right. You're going to know what needs to be done and you're going to save yourself a lot of money loss. You're going to want to download Apple Health, and you're going to want to download, if you're on Android, Google Fit and Health Connect. You're going to download our app. Now, right now, you have to use Test Flight, but when we go into our rebranded app, Test Flight won't be necessary anymore. But for now, you do have to GetFit on iOS using Test Flight. We have all the instructions for you. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of heads up. And you're going to need MoveQuest, USDT, and AVAX to get started. Those three cryptocurrencies. Now, beyond the financial gains, now while it does offer financial rewards, and I'm telling you, it's pretty good. We were saying, well, you know what? This will be amazing if the average person can make $10 a day. The average person right now, because we've got the stats, and that's not saying that every person is making at least 79. I'm saying the average person is making $79 a day. Now, if you go to the exchange and you look, they're cashing, all right, they're selling their tokens, $250,000, $300,000 a day sometimes, but the project stays stable. And right now we're kind of at a resistance point. I'm going to explain to you why. You're going to see this here in a minute, but it improves and it promotes a healthier lifestyle. I mean, I love it when I hear people saying, I could never lose weight. I've lost 40 pounds in the last 6 weeks. I've lost 30 pounds in the last 6 weeks. Talking to my sister the other day, she's like, my husband's lost 45 pounds since we got started on the avalanche chain. She goes, he's got to go buy new clothes. I mean, I'm getting nonstop stories like this. But you know what? Hearing the stories where a husband and wife together are making 10,000 extra dollars a month. That's $120,000 a year. That's not chump change. That's life-changing money for families. You get a husband and a wife working together doing this. They're telling me, wow, I didn't even like my husband before this app. Now we're taking walks together. We're doing things together. I mean, it's not only just changing people's lives financially, it's improving your health, relationships, friendships are being, created through all the collaboration. We've got the most amazing team. You guys, they're all on this. If it wasn't for, I'm just going to tell you, and I'm not going to name names because I'll leave somebody out. If it wasn't for this special group of people that you guys have begun to work with over the last 8 to 10 weeks, I don't know that we'd be this strong on the avalanche chain, right? Because they have really taken the bull by the horns and they are on Zooms 24/7 assisting people to get set up because I don't have the time to do it. We have an amazing customer support group that's open from 10 to 6 p.m., 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. that help people. I mean, this is the most amazing, not just for health and wealth, but friendships that are being created and the assistance that people are giving and the help to want to help other people. It's just amazing. So it's doing so many awesome things, even beyond the money. So just so you know, like I said earlier, your privacy, it does matter to us, right? We don't have any of your data. Literally, we get the raw data. Our system, of course, everything, just so you know, we built everything from scratch. There's no third-party systems here. So if somebody doesn't update their stuff, it's not, nothing's going to happen to our stuff. From code, from the first line of code to the last line of code, and there's millions of the amount of lines of code in this project would blow you guys' minds, but I'm just telling you, it's all ours. So you don't have to worry about that either. And you know what? We have taken great measures to make sure that we are compliant with regulations. We don't take your money either. You know, you got to have utility, you've got to have a use case, you got to have an ecosystem. I mean, there can't be a Ponzi or a pyramid, which that doesn't exist here because we don't even use that. Okay, yes, new people come in, but we don't use that money to fund anything, not even to pay any of you here outside of the commissions, but inside that ecosystem, it doesn't need it. It doesn't use it. So we have worked really hard to make sure that we are compliant with, you know, all of the regulations for the best, you know, at our best level of knowledge of them. I always tell people the ink's still wet on the paper when it comes to crypto because they're still regulating it. But we try to not try, we do. We stay out of gray areas like the staking and things of that. And we make sure that what we've done is completely solid. And when you leave 90% of the money with the community, you're not going to lose. Okay. It's a self-funding ecosystem, just like the blockchains. Then I think I'm done. That's it. So I want to show you guys just one thing real quick, and then I'm going to hand it over to back to you guys, Ken and Herschel. I'm going to give you guys just a little overview of this, of what has transpired here, so you understand what that evolution contract does. Okay, so most people that bought the tokens for the liquidity raise, we had 200,000 tokens that we sold 2 weeks prior to listing, and it raised $100,000, and the token was listed with the 100,000 move quest to $100,000, and it was $1 that it listed for. So there were people that got, you know, a few thousand tokens through that liquidity raise. And every single person that we talked to that was going to do that because they wanted to understand the project. No, we're not, you know, we're holders, we're not sellers. So we were pretty confident with that part of the community. You know, they really want to be the market maker more or less, okay, to explain it that way. Like when there's a demand, yeah, they'll sell some, but are they going to come in and just dump? No, but there's just this one wallet, and they've done it twice now. And so what they'll do is they'll come in, and you'll see here as an example, we had some really awesome, you know, before this happened, we were on this steady upcline. For whatever reason, it's not letting me, let me refresh this page so I can move the chart real quick. But we were doing this steady upcline, and you guys aren't seeing that so much right now because the evolution contract, like I said, it follows trends, and so you'll see this right here. There was just this steady growth. It's a beautiful thing, right? It's the community building, right? You guys are sharing it with people. They're coming in, they're buying the Move Quest. And so you've got the steady growth, which is coming in from the community. Well, you've got this one spot, and you can see where this line is right here. All right. This is what was happening was people were beginning to sell because they wanted to evolve. Okay. Well, what happened is that one wallet sold 3,000 MoveQuest tokens, 3,000 and something. What they did was they took it, the price had gotten up, we were up in the $110 range. And then people were beginning to sell, which I mean, that's expected to some degree. I mean, you can't like go up, like nonstop. At some point, you've got to have a little bit of volatility, right? When people are selling. And so what they did was they come in and they sold off, you know, I want to say $300,000 worth of Move Quest, if I'm not mistaken. So what they did was they dropped it from 97 down to $74. Okay, that evolution contract does not like that. It's like, you know, the Angry Birds. It's kind of like an angry evolution. What it does is it's like, okay, this has got to be corrected. Now, you got to understand this. I call it a whale blocker. So it did remove a percentage of the liquidity. Why? It needed to get that excess amount of tokens that were sold before there was a demand for them. Because what that wallet would have done, okay, because I know the mindset of traders. I've been a trader for many, many years. So I already know what was happening there. New project, 6 weeks listed, steady incline or upcline, climb, 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 climb. I'm going to sell and everybody's going to freak out. Yep, here's the dump. It's here. Told you there was a pump and dump. Okay, this is a dump and pump, just so y'all know. What they expected to happen was the community to sell, because that's what happens, right? First time you see something in a new project with a big dive like that, everybody sells. Oh no, the evolution contract is like, oh, something ain't right here. It removes a percentage. It takes those oversold tokens out. It uses a USDT and it corrects the market from the removal of the liquidity. All right. Now, true to form, like what most traders will do, they trade with emotion. They drove the price down to $74. So that's what they sold their tokens for. You guys understand? It's a DEX exchange. It's not a buy sell, like with buy sell orders like you'd get on Binance or Coinbase or something like that. It's a DEX exchange. So they're called elastic purchases. You're going to get the price you drive it down to, and you're going to get the price you take it up to. And I like that about the DEX exchanges. So when that wallet sold, they drove it from $98 to $74. The evolution comes in, and I think it was like 1% or something like that of the liquidity. That took out those extra move quests and it holds them. It'll add them in later when the demand is there, and then it buys back the other half, and it corrected the market. It brought it up here. And like I said, all traders, they're like, oh shit, it didn't happen like I expected. They all didn't start selling off, because what that wallet would have done was waited till it went lower than $74, and they would have come back in and bought, would have drove it up, and they would have sold it at a higher price than what it sold it for. That's what kills these projects that don't have liquidity provisions and self-funding ecosystems. And so what that wallet did was $150,000, drove it up to about $114. It was right here in this area. Then took another 100,000 and drove it up to $125. And it was the most idiotic thing I've ever seen. I was laughing. I was like, oh my God. Well, then what happens is there's no liquidity at those high levels. You got to have liquidity to stabilize the market value. Otherwise, it's just going to drop really fast. And it did. It dropped right back down. And then the evolution kicked in and threw about $600,000 of liquidity in to pad it. Now it's padded. Okay, so that wallet cannot sell until it's gone over $125. And if it sells before then, is going to lose money. And the evolution will just come back in and correct it anyway. So they're stuck. They've got to hold. They can't come in and do a whale buy and sell here, because evolution contract is designed to correct that, because it's got a liquidity provision and it's a self-funding ecosystem. So what you see now is the evolution contract knows that this is out there, and it knows that it's holding those tokens still. And so what is it doing? It's stabilizing the market for the community. And it's just injecting that liquidity. So when you see these buys or these sells, that's $226,000. The liquidity is still increasing. And people are asking, well, how's this happening? Well, because it's got a liquidity provision. You guys are spending money in the ecosystem. 90% of it stays here. And the evolution contract knows already, because this one wallet's already done it twice. It's tracking. It knows what's in there. It knows what's out there. And it knows what to be prepared for. And so it is stabilizing the market for all the other holders, is what is happening here. I'm trying to explain it to you so you understand. I mean, it's all math and metrics and all this other stuff that's taking place, but it basically corrected what happened here. And if that person who's holding that wallet was smart, now they got to hold them, because if they sell them, they're just going to keep losing money, because now they're holding less move quests, and each time they come back in and buy, they end up with less move quest, because they sell and drop the price down, but the evolution contract rears right up and says, oh no, sorry about your luck. Can't do it. Can't do it here. And now they hold less token. probably 50% less than what they had when they did that dump the first time. So I like to call this a dump and pump, right? You dump, we pump. That's what this does. So this is what you're seeing here, and this is a positive thing. Okay, when you see it pretty much stabilizing in this market price and the liquidity is still going up, that's a positive. Now, remember this FDV, when people are talking to you, that's way inflated. It's based on 21 million token. That's our max supply. As all of them being in circulation. There's only about 250, 255,000 move quests in circulation. I'll give you an exact amount. Probably tomorrow I'll do an update. So it's really not anywhere near that 2 billion. But as soon as CoinMarketCap approves and verifies the token, and we've got it out on the other platforms as well, they'll know what contracts to look at. So they'll know what tokens are in the airdrop, what tokens are in the vault, what tokens are in the liquidity pool, and what wallet is connected to the evolution contract so that it knows what tokens are not in circulation, because the wallet that's connected to the evolution contract, it will never sell MoveQuest. Let me see if I can show you here. Well, let me come down. Here we go. This is it right there. And if you come up here and you look, see, sold 0, but it's about 1.6 million. And this is working with the evolution contract. So when it triggers, it has to come from a wallet because the contract itself can't do that. So that's the 1.6 million that it's purchased in the MoveQuest, which has an unrealized profit of 4 million. Let's hope they don't have us tax on unrealized gains, right? But anyway, that's community gains. That's not my gain. That's community gains. This liquidity belongs to the community. It never gets removed. And again, it never gets sold. So see here, this was another market correction. When you see that, it will see where it removed something. So it had to do a correction. Well, what it does, you can see here, 24,000 USDT, and then it comes in, it buys 12,000. So it removed, what it wanted to do is remove MoveQuest that was over the amount that should be in circulation, or in the pool rather. Somebody oversold it. It buys and then it adds. So it added the 24,000 back, but in the form of a purchase and an addition. And then you'll see here, sometimes it buys and then it'll add. So here it bought 7,000 and it added 20,000. So it bought 71 MoveQuest for $7,000. And then it added 10,000 in USDT and 10,000 in MoveQuest. So in this, probably it took, I don't know, 30 seconds, a minute, it added $27,000 in liquidity. So it does buy and it does pair and it does inject. That's what that does. So it's relative. Let me see if I can come down here. I'll show you where that one took place. Yeah, right here. See, that was part of that one deal, that overselling. Let's see. Well, I'll just show you this one because I'm not sure where they're all at, but 198,000. It needed to get that 2,600 MoveQuest out of the pool from being oversold. That drove it down to that $74 mark. Then what it did was it comes in and it buys $100,000 of MoveQuest. It bought another $50,000 of MoveQuest. It bought another $25,000 of MoveQuest. And then it added 50,000 there. It removed some here. And then it buys 25, 25, 25, 25. And then it added a couple 100,000 here. Added another 100,000 here. 60,000 here. And so this is how it does all of the management of that pool through its algorithm. And that is what keeps this going, because this is all owned by the community. And so that evolution contract is designed to preserve it for the community. So it's pretty awesome to watch in real time. I love watching this thing. And I never get worried when people are selling, being normal sells, right? And I always tell people, look at this. Like right now, for example, if you were selling your MoveQuest to evolve, you're selling it for USDT. Most people are doing that. Most people are selling their MoveQuest. They want to upgrade to the higher powered miners. So they sell their MoveQuest they get the USDT, they evolve, but the evolution just feeds it right back into the liquidity. So even if it was down for a little while, it's coming right back through. It's got a looping system. So all of this just keeps looping and adding, and it's just a very amazing thing. So that's all I got, guys.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, ma'am. And we definitely appreciate, your time with us this evening and kind of sharing, the nuts and bolts of how this platform works. I can just see in the chat now where if we were all in a room, everybody would just be quiet, just listening and understanding and absorbing the information that you've shared with us about how this platform actually works. Again, we definitely appreciate you being here. I'm gonna ask you to be here again next Wednesday, yet again. But before you go, I know we're limited on time. Two questions I want to ask. I know we won't have time tonight to open up for live questions because you're going to have to go. But is there anything you can update us on in reference to the official rebranding that we're all anticipating here in the near future?
Are you looking for dates, kind of like?
Well, that'd be nice, but just kind of time frame
Oh,
more so.
so it was supposed to be between September 15th and the end of between the 15th and the 30th of September. So we've had discussions with Ali and Waleed both, and they're pretty much on target for the end of September, very beginning of October, but I think that, and this is just my opinion, and I would really love to do a big rollout, have an event out in Vegas in October, and do the big rollout with the rebranded, system, and do it at the event. So I'm still trying to decide what's going to be best, but I think it would be a really big deal. We can have media there. We can do a big, all the press releases and just make a real big deal out of it and really hit the market heavy with it.
Perfect.
I like it.
Kind of
Yeah,
like
I mean,
open stuff.
I think I've talked to a few people about this, Lynette, and the way this thing is playing out. Number one, the impact you're making already, leading up to that, the way the brand, what people saw tonight, an event has to match. Like it has to bring that with it. Like you can't just say, "Oh, here's the app, go download it, we're ready." No, it has to have that. We know what that is. So yeah, I think that's a great idea to but I know we're kind of up against it. We're like, okay, flights and all of those stuff. People, this is global. We got more people on here from New Zealand than anybody else,
Yeah.
right? And it's almost 500 tonight, so that was impressive, but yeah, it's going to be big. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, somebody asked when we be able to dock more miners. So
Mhm.
again, that's all based on the size of the community, the liquidity pool. Like they're supposed to be, we'll have up, let's say it's 6,000. I'll get the numbers exact because there's the 100,000 move quest that was used for the liquidity raise. 83,000 of those has been returned back to the vault. So we're down quite a bit lower because that was kind of more like a borrow from the vault for the to list the token, and then it was removing them and putting them back. So it would buy them and put them back, buy them and put them back in the early prices of the move quest. So just to keep the supply and demand where it's supposed to be at. So there's an algorithm that it follows, and there's supposed to be, once that 100,000 is back, it'll go up to, God, I can't remember my numbers anymore. What was it? 5,400, I think, something like that. I can't remember a day. Right now, it's only dispersing 2,500, but it will continue to increase until the 2.6 million are in circulation by July 22nd of next year. So what that means for everybody here is, while it's not over delivering move quests, meaning too many in the market, which would drive the market value down. As the community grows and the mining difficulty is increasing, it will increase the amount of the move quest that's going out so that it stays pretty level for people until, we have that community where it's actually stabilized based on the size of the community, meaning through the submissions and the claims and the challenges and all of that, it's got enough liquidity provision going in daily where it's actually pretty much stabilized itself. And then it'll begin to start to increase the amount that goes out. So while it seems like it's decreasing quite a bit, it is going to start to increase again as the community grows. So it's not going to keep diminishing because there's still tokens that have to go out. So once that happens, we'll begin to unlock more dock slots as well, because that will also help amplify that liquidity. But it's all based, like I said, it's all mathematics and algorithms. And so I get triggers from the contracts when we're approaching these different um, pieces of the algorithm. And so I know more as we're getting closer because I know what the numbers are. Um, what will the coin be listed starting at? Okay, so on the other chains, it will just, there will be no liquidity raise ever again. That just to get this chain here on Avalanche started, we did. So it'll list with let's see, 200,000 move quest and $100,000. So they'll start at 20 cents and go up from there on to day one, and it'll be fair game for everybody. So everybody will know when each chain's going to be listed, and you'll be able to go to the exchange and buy them. So there won't be a liquidity raise, and it'll drive it right up to $1 so fast. It won't even be funny, but yeah. Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
see.
Absolutely.
I
Okay.
think, is there anything else? Yeah, I know. I'm obsessed with it too. It's crazy. I
Well,
used to be
again,
obsessed with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and those tokens. Now I'm completely obsessed with those.
well, again, Lynette, we thank you for coming out. I know you had a hard cut off and you took it all the way to the brink for us tonight. So
Yeah, I know. I do have to leave. But you
I
guys have one more thing. Well,
I
then
greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate that. So we're
But
gonna
you know what,
go ahead.
Herschel, I got one
Yeah,
more thing to say real quick.
sure.
This is the most amazing part. We just went over 3,000 users in our community. Where
Mhm.
do you see a project that stabilizes and has
Mhm.
this market value with 4,000 people? I'm sorry,
Mhm.
3,000 people. Can you
Right.
imagine what it'd be like with 6,000 people, 9,000 people, 25,000 people, a million people? You are all going to be millionaires. I'm telling you.
I'd
Yeah.
like to see 10,000 people in Vegas in October, say October the, I don't know what the dates are, but around the 10th, wherever that weekend is, sound good to me.
I know Bitcoin launched October 9th, 2000. Was it? That'd be cool to kind of play off that date. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So,
You never know.
I gotta hop on another Zoom real quick at 10
Thank you,
o'clock.
Lynette.
But you know what, you guys, if it wasn't for all of you, we wouldn't be seeing what we see here. You can have the best project in the world, and if it's sitting on, I always tell everybody, if it's sitting on a shelf and collecting dust, it's no good. So this would not be happening without the community that we have here. And I appreciate you guys as much as you all tell me you appreciate me. It's a collaboration, right? Without the community, there would be no Move Quest. So I'm just as appreciative for you guys as you are me.
thank you for that.
Wow.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank you.
you so much.
All right. Well,
The
guys,
Oracle.
we're going
Give it
to
up. Give it up.
exactly, exactly. Well, we're going to be conscious of everybody's time this evening. I believe
Oh,
we
wow.
Ken had one or two
Yeah,
testimonies we wanted to
I
share,
do.
and then we're going to go ahead and round it out. And we
Let's do
will
it.
be back tomorrow evening at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern for another presentation. Especially for those of you that are new and want to hear it again, or for those of you that want to share with someone else too, so that they can be a part of this momentum as well. So go right ahead,
Absolutely.
Ken.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I had Mr. Kevin Foster and Liz Foster out there in Oklahoma. I know I had them lined up for a testimony. I'll go ahead and get him to unmute. Appreciate it. Number one, they got an incredible story, but it's developing. So we love to hear some updates. But there's 500 people here tonight. Everybody needs to hear this. So take it away, sir.
Well,
Hey, Liz.
I'm actually gonna flip the switch on you, brother. We
Okay.
never get to hear your testimonial, brother. And so
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this back at you because I want the
Okay.
community to know who Kenneth Francis is
Oh,
and what an
wow.
amazing family he has and
Okay.
what an amazing opportunity this has been for him because
Yeah.
nobody knows what he's been struggling with until this
Mm.
opportunity came to place.
Yeesh. Oh, well.
And so I
Yeah.
want to hear from you, sir.
Yeah,
And
I
I
appreciate that.
appreciate you doing this with me.
Thank you, sir. Thanks so much. Yeah, that the story is quite long, but in short, I'm just a person that never burned bridges with really good people. That's it. That's the magic touch. Anybody that treated me like I wanted to be treated, the golden rule, you know, I've hung on to those people, regardless of how we failed, regardless of how we succeeded, regardless of how we maybe, 6 months we didn't talk or didn't chat or didn't Facebook message each other over a year and a half. But I always knew if I reached out, or they always knew if I reached out, it was good times. It was back to that that energy, And I always talk about that on the Zooms, the energy, the vibe that we're creating here. That's what's going to drive us to the 10,000, to the million, and further than that, it's the culture we build here, the culture of freedom. Kevin talks about that. That's one of his brands, the culture of freedom. So it's just, I'm just grateful. I think that's the main thing for me. How it's changed me, I wouldn't say it's changed me, but it's added to me. It's added this is giving me something that I always wanted back. And I've been here a few times where I've seen this type of movement. I've seen these types of numbers, but it didn't have the one thing that this has, and that everybody was earning, everybody was making money, everybody had, these incredible testimonials. This is totally different, so it's giving me that energy back is what it's done for me. Financially, it's been life changing for me already. I'm just being honest with you. I don't have to say any numbers, but I got in very early, and I made an effort to make sure that I had some tokens very early. That's all you have to know, right? But also physically, it's giving me back, that desire to say, you know what, let me do a little more. I'm not a person that need to work out a whole lot, but you can always do more. You can always do better, right? You can always improve in certain areas physically. And it's done that for me. I get on my bike every morning or every night I ride. I try to do 5 to 10 miles, these are things that this thing has created habits, right? Because number one, I'm in competition with all of you. If I don't do it, you're going to take my coins, right? So I'm like, I got to go and earn my coins, right? I've got two of these bands at Omega. 7 Omegas on two bands. You know what that means? I'm like almost 20 million shares I'm possibly getting every day. Why would I be lackadaisical and get complacent? And not that I want y'all to get coins, but I want them all too, right? But it's gonna be fun, man. So that for me is the magic in the emotional aspect, the connecting to each and every one of us in this deal. I'm loving that process because I'm seeing the same names, and I'm seeing new names, and I'm seeing people come back, and I'm seeing the testimonials come out. And we have so many people that are going to have mind blowing stories. I like that part of what is happening here. And that's fulfilling to me. Right. So that's it for me. That's my testimony, sticking to it. Yeah. Appreciate you flipping the script and letting me share a little bit. I didn't get
You're
emotional because
welcome.
there'll be a
And I
time for
just want
that.
to say, man, I can't wait for you to retire your wife.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't get into the family stuff. Yeah. That's,
I know.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's a lot. It's a
You
lot.
could go on for days, dude. We've had so many
Yeah.
great, amazing
Yes.
conversations, not only in
Yes.
this
I appreciate you.
opportunity, but throughout the last 10 years that we've been
Right.
around each other, been
Right.
involved in different opportunities together. And you are one of the most humble, servant-driven leaders that I've ever met in all of my opportunities.
Thank
You
you.
you don't brag, you're just about being real, truthful, and with the integrity that is just unmatched. And
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate you, brother, and you deserve the spotlight. And I hope, one of these days we'll get to hear Herschel's little story too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure he'll go
I'll,
into
I'll, I'll
detail
throw it
on that.
back at you, brother. I've taken enough time. Appreciate you,
Thank you
man.
so much. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it, man. That was awesome. Thank you so much. All right.
Go ahead.
Who else
Sadiq
I have?
got Sadiq has his hand up.
Oh, let's get Sadiq. Yeah. I didn't think I had Sadiq
All
there,
right.
but let's go ahead and get Sadiq. Go ahead, Sadiq. Give me your testimony. 2 minutes here. Go ahead.
Hi guys, I really appreciate for this giving this opportunity. My name is Sadiq. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia, down under. I'm on online space for almost 20 years plus. Last year, I got on my blockchain, the biggest opportunity in my life. It's impact me, but this one so special. And me and Brian was doing different project altogether, and we never come across something like this. And soon as he's given the opportunity, and I look at it, and I know Lynette for quite a while, and I didn't know that she's in the blockchain space, to be honest, and she probably hidden something what she was doing. And all I can say is this is really impact me, number one, because of I lost almost within weeks 4 kilos. And not only that, impact my team members who are giving me results. And I wanted to always do like the way I test things. So I bought the first Lenny. Now I'm going after my omegas with all the earnings. And I can't even believe that, because my team went from 150 to 160 globally, and it's going to impact more people as well. And all I can see is that thanks God for giving this opportunity for everyone here. And also what Lynette has created this in the blockchain space is unique. And all I can say is she has cracked the code of the health industry, which is, I mean, I know it's a people movement, but she really cracked the code. I think a lot of health industry going to come after us, because this is really genuine. If the old said that you move to lose, I mean, these days no one is moving, and this is going to impact because they are getting that benefit of the MQT. And as we are looking for that coin to hit that 4,000 marks, I'm really, really excited for people to win all together. So thanks very much, guys. You guys are doing an amazing, amazing job. So I want to thank my team and members who are here, and also Brian for giving this opportunity. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's incredible,
Thank you.
man. Urs, you got anything to tap on that? Because when we talks about what we're doing here, we don't, the health part of it is just like it's just part of it, it just kind of happens, but it's that drive and that continual process of doing a little bit more, doing a little extra, and then of course seeing what the potential is and what you could do to get a little more earnings.
You
There's
hear
no
me?
product here. There's no shake here. There's no pill here. There's no shot here. There's no, what are we talking? We talking about the human body moving, and people are dropping more weight than they ever have before. It's amazing.
You hear me say it every night. It's the perfect blend of health and
Yeah,
wealth.
exactly.
Incentivized health building. That's
New
strong.
category. Yeah.
Incentivized health
Yeah.
building.
We're creating new
That's
categories. The dump and pump, the incentivized health build. What else? What could just knock them out? We got so many new hashtags. We gotta start going on social media and creating this culture and this movement. I'm telling you, when we all get together and we agree, we're going to go out there and change the world. No one's gonna stop us. Period. And so it's a done deal. I got Mr. Crypto Pays Me Daily, my brother, man. Been running for a long time with this guy. He's phenomenal. Man, I appreciate you, man. I really do. Take it away. Let us know what's on your mind. Back from his mini vacay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, man, just incredible, everyone. Just taking over the call tonight. When he said for you to share your story, I started to really kind of think, because Ken didn't really share the story. He
No.
he's not even really sharing the depths of it. And I just want to touch on another thing, man. This has been my brother for, man, almost 15 years now, just running in this space. And it's been a journey.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we met in one of our other opportunities, man, we were just believing that we were going to have something great happen at some point in our lives. We knew it. We were doing the right things, just developing ourselves as a person, but we weren't winning, right? And when I never forget, he sent me $5 of Bitcoin back in like 2017, and he was pushing this crypto. Came back a couple years later, and it was like $12. And I knew something was there, and it didn't come back around till 2020. But over this past 4 years, it's been a journey. It's been a struggle, and it's been a lot of wins. It's been a lot of losses. And I know this year has been probably one of the toughest years for me and him, because we've always wanted something great for our community. The people who trusted us, who followed us, who believed in us, we just wanted something real, something that we could believe in and that we could really push for our communities. And this year we had to stop. We had to slow down. Like, we slowed down a lot from all the things that we were doing because they just weren't working. And we were getting more and more people hurt. We're on the phone every day. Every morning, every day we're on the phone. And the past few months, we've had a lot of conversations about how we're going to get through the month. How are we going to make sure that we have our bills paid for our family, for his kids and his wife, and for my wife? We didn't have an answer, but we kept believing that we knew something was going to come because we had the right intentions. And the relationships, man, the relationships have come back like never before in this opportunity. I remember before We launched this token. We were both saying, man, that things are tight. We don't really know what's gonna happen. We kept believing. I look, I will pray. I'm a believer. And I always knew that we were gonna have something great come our way. And this project came our way. And let me tell you, I'm not talking about something that took 6 months or 12 months for us to really change where we were. I mean, overnight. Overnight. I just came back today. I got married December 31st last year. I just had my honeymoon with my wife. If it weren't for MoveQuest, if it weren't for GetFit Mining, we wouldn't have had that. We wouldn't have been going because we did not have something there that was paying us consistently for us to have that breath, right? That just the breathing room. So I know the struggles. We've been there together. We've just been believing, been praying, just been working, this isn't a 90-day type of deal for us. We've been building this for 15, 20 plus years, waiting for this particular opportunity. So we thank you, Lynette. I know she's not on, but I'm just going to tell her thank you. Everybody who is out there just building and working hard to build this community. We found the right one. We have the right one, and so many lives are going to be impacted. They've already impacted so many. I went on a trip and didn't have to worry about like how something was going to get paid for. That was because of MoveQuest. So yeah, I know the story. I know Ken is going to be very modest about the story, but it hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
It looks great now. Yeah. Man, 60 days ago, it wasn't the case. MoveQuest changed everything, and it's changing for a lot of people very, very fast. I'm not going to talk anymore. Appreciate you guys. Let me share a little bit. This is real. This is real, and this is what it's about, impacting and changing lives. If we're not doing that, what are we doing it for?
Absolutely.
There it is.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Powerful.
that.
Powerful.
Go ahead, Miss Sarah. We're just going to go on to Miss Sarah.
Let's do it. You got
Hi,
it.
can you hear me?
Loud and
I can hear
clear.
you.
Go right ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on my camera so y'all can see I'm not just a picture behind, there's a real person behind the picture. Now, one thing with me, I do tell everybody at the beginning, I talk really, really fast. I'm sorry. So I just always tell people you just have to listen faster to keep up. I talk a lot, but I'm not gonna do that tonight. So I was introduced to this by Ron Beard. And when I tell you we've been in several different platforms, oh my gosh, we've been in several different platforms. And it just wasn't the greatest. So when he introduced this to me, he actually didn't even tell me what it was because he knew I'm like, man, I'm all cryptoed out. I'm not trying to do anything else. So he just told me, he was like, Lynn, and y'all know, anybody knows Ron Beard, his little country accent. He was like, man, Sarah, you got to watch this one. That thing was fire. And he was like, you just have to get on the Zoom. So I did that at 9 p.m. one night. And literally the next day, I swear it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, not even 24 hours. I literally sat there overnight watching video after video of you, Ken, and Herschel just watching back to, I think I went to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. I told him, I was like, look, Ron, I said, if you don't send me your link by 10 o'clock or whatever time it was, I'm going to sign up under Crypto Pays Me Daily because I followed him on a few platforms. And he was like, you can't do your boy like that. So I waited for him, but he almost missed out. But anyway, so I signed up. That's how I got into the platform. But man, I'm telling you, my experience with this, I'm telling you, man, oh my God, absolutely amazing. And right now, as y'all can see me, I'm kind of comfortable in the room, but I don't need to lose weight, obviously. But everybody needs to work out. So sometimes you just have to utilize your resources. My resource, now mind you, before y'all start judging me, I'm 43 years old. And my 4-year-old grandchild, yes, I have a grandchild. I'm sorry, 4-year-old. But he actually comes to the house on the weekend because he has school. So what I did was I was like, you know what? I was like, here, Trenton, here, take Nana's watch and put the watch on your arm. Just go run around the house and play. So he puts on my watch, and the next day he came back. He said, Nana, I work for you. And he started going like this. He said, I work for you. So, I sit back and relax, let him run around with the watch or whatever. And just now I'm catching my breath because I was downstairs running up and down the steps trying to get my last steps in. I got my watch on this arm. I got the iPhone here, Android here, and I'm telling you, I'd be getting it. I was moving so fast the other day, I thought I was going to fly out the window. But this is absolutely amazing. I go to my mom and dad's house and I play around, walking around. They laugh at me like I'm crazy. I'm always moving and just hype and happy. This project, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm telling you, absolutely amazing. I could get into a whole bunch else, but I'm going to let you have the floor back because I do talk a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. But I love this
Yeah,
project. I love what you guys are doing. If you need help with anything, I'm here if you need me.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
superstar right there. Met Miss Webb yesterday. It was phenomenal to have a conversation, and when I saw her, I was
Yeah,
like, "Yep, yep, well deserved. Good stuff.
thank you.
Appreciate it. The energy is amazing. I love it. I love it. Appreciate it. We look to hear more about that story as it goes and continues and moves.
And,
Mr.
and, and,
Carl.
and and that grandson better have some good Christmas coming.
All right.
All
He
right, we're
earning
gonna go
that.
ahead and close it out with Mr. Carl. Go right
Yes,
ahead.
Mr. Carl. Take it away. Come hard. Come hard with it. Come on with
Great. Well,
it.
I have to put kudos out to my sponsor, David Isabel. This guy, I will tell you, he probably saved our lives.
Mm,
We were tanking. I've been a network marketer for 44 years. I've been in crypto since 2009. And like everybody in this room, I've been through a lot, especially in the last 4 years, to a point where I was almost homeless here just a month or so ago because I lost everything. I burned off all my crypto that I had that I accumulated over the years to live off of that, gone. And David kept on me to get me into watching a video of you guys. Okay.
mm,
And I got in here and I can't, I even had to borrow money from David to get started. That's how bad a place I was in. And I just saw what this had, saw the people that were around here. And I went to work and I'm telling you, my back was against the wall and I had to do what I needed to do to get out there. So I vomited all over social media, this stuff. And in 30 days, I have built a team of 860 people. I have paid for, I've got all Omegas, and my wife has all Omegas. And right now, my wife is kicking my butt because she puts on more steps a day than I do. So she's like the breadwinner in this right now, right? But I'm just saying what these guys, what this whole community has done, it's brought so many things together for people.
mm.
And again, 30 days ago, had David not talked to me about this, this
Uh,
conversation would never have happened. I'd have been out with a lot of those that were just homeless. So I want to thank David Isabel so much for changing
we hear you. We hear
our
you.
lives. So thank
Amazing.
you all.
Thank you.
Boy, I'm telling you guys, this
One of
isn't going to get old.
one of the
This is
things
going
we
to be a
have to take,
recurring thing.
again,
Yeah.
we gotta keep this in perspective here. We talk about,
Yes.
and at the end of that slide, as Lynette had, and at the end of the slides that I typically cover on our calls every night, we talk about the financial gain.
Mhm.
We talk about the health,
Yep.
but the value that brings what brings value to the assets in this platform is the engagement of the community. And the
Yep.
more people we have in it, the more people are being positively impacted in all aspects of their lives. Or whatever. It's not just the money, it's not even just the health, the spiritual aspects, the mental aspects, the clarity, all of that is here.
Mm.
And it's organic. It's not forced. It's just organic. There's no pressure here. Nobody has to go out and talk to anybody new. We're being invigorated to a point to where you can't help but talk about it.
Mm.
And the platform is delivering every single day. You said it earlier when we was talking. Where do you go and see a platform where everybody earns every day?
Amazing.
And they don't have to request a withdrawal.
Wow.
And there's no rug to pull. As
Yeah.
they say in the country, where they do that at?
Yeah, man. It's
So
something. It's
Ladies
something
and gentlemen,
special.
we want to thank you for sharing your evening with us. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow. This call was recorded. It will be posted here within the next hour or so. So I'll let it render while I'm out walking. I got to get my steps in too.
Gotta get
So
on that bike. Let's
hey,
get moving.
now that I know that not only Ken and Q, that I see Miss Sarah. I got
Yeah,
somebody else that I got
yeah,
to compete against
yeah,
now.
yeah,
So let
yeah.
me go get my steps
All
in.
love is all friendly
There you go. There
competition.
you go.
Uh,
So
it's exciting. Hey, the more we do that, the quicker we add more tokens, the quicker. I mean, a lot of great things start happening based off of what we're. At the end of the day, the more that we execute the strategy and continue to do what we're doing, the
I
better it is for everybody. It's going to be amazing, Ryan.
we-
I'm just looking forward to it.
okay, Ken, I'm gonna do this.
Oh, we got one more.
We're gonna go ahead and let Miss Linda go, and
Let's
we
go.
close it out with her. Go right
Let's
ahead.
go.
Go right ahead. I know she got something for
Let's
us. Go
go.
ahead.
Yeah,
Hey guys,
I've
it
been seeing her. I've
is.
been seeing her. Let's go.
Hey guys, thank you so
Hey.
much. A lot of excitement, great excitement. So I just wanted to share this. I wanted to acknowledge not only Lynette and you guys, Herschel, Kenneth. I want to acknowledge a good friend of mine from Cyprus, Shelley Cullen. I started this maybe about 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. So excited, I've forgotten the days. So this woman, Shelley Cullen, she's a crypto queen. A lot of people know her. And anyway, so little mama from New Zealand, I am 72 years young, and I have two gammy knees, but I get through my circles.
Mhm.
I get through my circles. So I think the last time I looked, I had over 500 in my team. And I thought, oh my goodness, little me, I thought, oh my goodness. And that's all thanks to our Shelley Cullen and her team. And I just want to show gratitude to everyone in my team. It's like I'm still sitting there thinking, friggin' heck, is this really happening? So, guys, watch out. New Zealand is on the ball. New Zealand, Australia, we're ready. We're ready to rock. She's ready to maybe open up a Zoom to 500 people. And so watch out for us, guys. But I just wanted to take this moment and acknowledge the person that's really built my team. When I asked her to join, I said, Josh, you want to come and join? You get paid for walking. And she goes to me, nah, dolls. I don't do exercises, dolls. But, after a bit of talk, and then I let her go and I thought, okay. 3 days later, I said, nah, she ain't getting away with this. She's joining. So I thought, okay, I'll beg, steal, and borrow type of thing with her. I'll even get on my knees. I'll even tell her I'll pay for you. That would be a slap in the face because she's did well in crypto. So the third time around, I said to her, dolls, please, you've got to come and have a look. Did the same begging and that. And she goes, all right, I'll watch the video, but you better stay in Zoom because you know me, I won't watch it. So I showed her Lynette Zoom. 2 minutes into the video, she goes, stop. And I thought, ugh, here she goes. Here she goes. She's going to say no again. And she goes, ooh, I like it. I like it. So she kept watching it. And I kept watching her and her body language. And she got so excited. Now, this girl knows a lot about smart contracts, rah, rah, rah. She knows about crypto. She lives, eats, sleeps it. When she saw this and the smart contract and it was decentralized, that was it. It was over, and she's on now. So big gratitude to her in Cyprus. She's in Cyprus right now. Herschel, love listening to you. Kenneth, you got a real sexy voice, boy. I think, wow.
It's this mic. I promise you.
That's all. It's all
Nah,
right. It's just mama, acting up
I
at
love
the
it.
age.
I got
Hey,
you.
kid.
I
Hey,
got you.
kid.
I'm
Hey, kid. I
blushing.
need to move mine a little closer then. What I need to
But anyway, big
Oh,
ups
it's
to you
hilarious.
and also to my upline, Carl, in Canada. He was the one that introduced me to this, and I want to thank him as well. But anyway, big ups, big loves to everyone globally.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you, Herschel.
Good.
Thank you, Kenneth. And a big thank you to Lynette. To Lynette.
Yeah, big
Thank
time.
you, people.
All right.
Awesome.
That's it for us
Awesome.
tonight, everybody.
Well, we're
God bless.
closing one
Good
out.
night. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good
Good
one.
night, everybody. Keep it moving.